digging deep.
You better let me on this show so I can
not know what I'm going to say.
I'm going to do this intro. You just wait. You wait, motherfuckers. This shit's going to be unreal.
I got it. Hey, Tyler, you need me to do it? I got it, man.
Go. Fuck you, Mike.
Back for the first time, fellow plastic crack addicts. It's time for Toy Detox. We are your hosts and your watchmen into the land of insanity.
And we talk like robots.
Today, coming off of episode 8 is our cast of Asylum Guard. We have Swage66. What's up, man?
What's up, everybody?
I'm trying to sound smooth and shit. Sound all sexy. What's going on, Tyler?
What's going on, everybody? I can't be as smooth and sexy as Swage. Sorry.
So we're selling with Tyler the Collector or Tyler L, or what is it going to be now?
Squiggles.
Either or both.
And I am your host, Brave of Brave's Toy Review. We are here to... What the fuck are we talking about now?
You don't even want to be telling nobody what we were talking
about. So how you guys' week's been? It sounds like everybody's on the show is sick right now, right?
I think it's that time of year, man. It's what's going around.
We had a crazy weather. You guys got crazy weather where you are?
It actually rained in the desert for 2 days, so that's kind of unusual.
I'm going to cut this shit out that we're talking about right now because it sucks. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, but you'll leave anal rapings in.
Yeah, because it's entertaining. The shit that we were saying, I got most of this shit recorded, so I'll go back in and cut some of this shit in and put the conversation together. But
anal raping is entertaining.
Yeah. No. Hey, did you guys see that dick missiles has become a thing now? Dick missiles is a thing.
That's because they're mocking us.
I don't give a fuck. As long as they're talking about us, talk with us, talk against us, but you can't talk without us. How about that?
There we go.
I'm with that shit. Dick missiles is a thing, man.
Are you writing that down?
That dick missiles is a thing?
Dick missiles a thing for 2 weeks.
It's locked in. It's locked in my mind, man. It's locked in my mind, dude.
Erectile projectiles.
What the fuck? Hey, so either one of you guys play the lottery?
No.
I blew my whole check. I Baldwin dropped that shit.
Did you?
No.
I'm not.
Well, basically, kind of, I guess. I could have been buying toys with that shit.
You know what, though? But, I mean, it's over $1 billion now. And the person who wins that shit, their life is going to be a living hell.
I will take that any day because my life is all hell and I'm broke compared to if I had $1 billion motherfucking dollars.
Yeah, I was reading something last night saying that they were selling $1.2 million worth of lottery tickets every minute yesterday.
That's insane, dude.
Mm-hmm.
What if it doesn't hit again?
Well, they're saying right now it's supposed to get up to like 1.3 is the estimate before the next drawing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's fucking insane, dude. I mean, yeah, I'm a lie. I would take that. I would take those problems. I would make my life insane. I just have to deal with it with all my baby mamas. So, fuck all that shit. Hey, so Tyler, what's your beef with Toy World Devastator, bro?
What do you mean beef with it? I don't have beef with it. I'm in for it.
No, you said fuck Toy World Devastator, and you said anybody that likes that shit is dumb.
That's not what I said.
Nah, but seriously, so bring us up to speed on your thoughts on this thing.
No, it was just those pictures surfaced this week, and you got Scraper transformed into leg mode, and he's 3/4 the size of who is it's.
He was next to Make Toys, yeah.
I think is it Make Toys or is it the Green Giant one?
Make Toys. That is Green Giant.
Yeah.
Oh, that is Green Giant. Damn, Hercules. I'm all twisted up.
Hey, don't worry about it. Yesterday Brave was trying to sell an MP Thundercracker that was black and purple.
I was just about to say that shit, dude.
I thought it was a custom repaint he did.
No, you know what fucking happened? I had been like
And then he blamed the guy that sold it to him.
Wait, what now? What are you talking about?
He was like, man, he sold it to me, didn't know what it was. I forgot.
No, motherfucker.
Mickey.
Hey, he's framing me right now, Tom.
If you don't know your difference between Thundercracker and Skywarp, you're in the wrong hobby.
Hey, and this is like what happens in the social media that sucks so bad. You make one stupid mistake and that shit, you would never live it down. Because no matter where you go, that shit's waiting for you. Nah, what happened is the guy who sold it to me, he didn't know whether it was the MP or the Hasbro version of Skywarp. Right?
To care
whatever. So the whole thing with the fucking Thundercracker, I know, right? I'm all fucked up. The whole thing with the Thundercracker and the Skywarp is I have been talking in the chat, use my phone about MP Thundercracker with Brandon trying to get my MP Thundercracker and shit, right? So when I put in MP, the fucking Android server, it automatically brings up Thundercracker, right?
So hang on, so I get this straight, and so all the listeners hear it. You're blaming your phone, and you're blaming Brandon at the Chosen Prime.
That's my story. That's my story.
I heard yet another strike against the Chosen
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Brandon, you got to take one for the team this time. That's my fucking story, and I'm sticking to it. Nah, but you think the Toy World joint is too big, or what you think about it?
Man, the size is just scary. You know what I mean? Like it's big, and looking at that last Toy World combiner that they did and the Dinobots, I'm a little concerned that thing's going to be floppy.
It looks too good to be sloppy, sir. It looks too good to be sloppy.
I don't know, man. When is big too big?
You ain't been single in a long time, have you?
I was about to say. I ain't never heard that shit before.
Sloppy? Come on.
I ain't never heard that shit before. When it's big too big. Well, but go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
A lot of the KO stuff, especially even for the MP scale now, is like gigantic and everything is getting oversized. Mm-hmm. Do you think they're just trying to play that card before a KO tries to do it to them? Because then if they KO that shit, it'll be like 6 foot tall.
Yeah, you can leave it at home to babysit your kids.
Don't get me started on KO, man. I think they're making it. I think what they're trying to do is get it to measure up to the Combiner Wars Devastator, and then I think with some of the gimmicks they're putting in it, like that spinning barrel on Mixmaster and some of that other stuff, I think they got to hide some of those gimmicks and how big it actually is.
I don't get that. I mean, I've heard people say something similar to that. What do you mean hide the gimmicks in the size? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, you're going to have a place for that motor, the battery compartment. Like, you're going to have...
Oh, that shit's going to spin it, like, by itself? Like, for real?
Yeah, there's a video. Like, you flip the switch and the barrel on Mixmaster turns. Where have you been?
I didn't watch that shit, dude. Like, I'm in the groups I'm spamming. You know? I'm in and I'm out, bro. I'm in and I'm out. Because typically I'm doing this shit while I'm at work any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in and I'm fucking out, bro. Nah, I mean... See, okay, there was a episode of Shattercast some months back, right? And on that episode, they were talking about what's going to be, with everybody going to the MP scale and all this kind of shit, what's going to be the next gimmick? Like, what's going to be the next thing that takes it over the top to the next level, right? And here you have, fast forward, here you have Toy World. I can only give them credit for actually doing that. I think that's pretty awesome, me personally.
Yeah, but then I look at their Dinobot combiner, man, and that thing is floppy.
The Toy World.
And if they're going to use those, and if they're going to use those same connection ports that they're using on the Dinobot, I'm concerned how well that thing's actually going to hold together.
I can't comment on it yet because I know that they're fucking. I just got the side load for the Toy World Throttlebots combiner. And that thing is fucking terrible. I can't speak to the actual combine. I've heard it's pretty tight. It's pretty good. And then,
not to cut you off, but once you get the Throttlebot one together, it actually holds together pretty good.
Does it?
But the Dinobot one is terrible.
I mean, I have not seen the Dinobot one fully complete. We're still waiting for limbs on that, right? We're still waiting for 1 or 2 limbs?
Done.
Huh?
No, Toy World's done. The other one, the Shuriken.
Oh yeah, G Creations. That's right. That's what I'm waiting on. Fuck it. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the toy one is the one with the bad fucking looking knees, right? Those knees are terrible.
Yeah, the knees and then the arms keep popping off. Like there's not enough clearance for slag fed.
Mike, you think the same designer for the Dinobots and all and their past combiners are on this Devastator?
I have no fucking clue, man. I don't buy these fucking third-party combiners.
Okay, so Tyler.
Didn't I tell you that shit?
So Tyler, you think the same designer is on the fucking Devastator?
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they're still pretty small. I think if it would be, well, it would surprise me if they had, layers of designers. I could see maybe having one or two, and I think it's gonna be the same two working on everything. Because there's still some, like even between the Throttlebot and their Dinobot combiner, they're still using some of the same ports and like the same connection stuff. So I still think that they're using the same designers in one form or another. What about you?
It isn't. Because the aesthetic is completely different. It's hard for me to say. I think that it looks unique. You know what I'm saying? I think it looks unique. I don't think. Let's say this. I don't want to speculate. I hope that it's a different designer or the designer has expanded his vision into something new, right? And I hope they revisit whatever they did with that fucking that Dinobot combiner they did, because that shit's a fucking hot mess. You're right about that. But I got high hopes for it. And as far as the size, I think it's a good size, because Devastator is like the shit, man. I think it's a good size, and it's actually MP scale. Like if we got, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you guys this question. If Takara did a MP scale Devastator, like straight up, right? MP scale, MP Devastator. What would the size of the limb box? What would be the perfect size for the limb box for you guys?
Well, it'd have to be over 2 foot now.
No, I mean not based off anything that's out there. I'm just saying, in your opinion, period. Like fuck everything else. What would base just going strictly off MP and MP scale?
I'm gonna say 3.5 feet tall, foot to head.
3.5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like a small kid?
Fuck yeah.
How big is Bruticus?
There ain't no MP
20
Bruticus.
inches, maybe.
Huh?
Are you talking Warbitron?
That's the only fucking. Come on, really? Y'all gonna do this?
Hey, man, you said Bruticus. I'm just clarifying, man.
Now hold up. Before you get mad at me, what color is Thundercracker and what color is Skywarp?
Ah ha ha, motherfucker. Motherfucker.
No, and I say that because you're looking at MP10 is what 10 to 12 tops. It's like 10 inches tall, right?
Okay, for the listeners that don't do math so good, how about we just like use particular figures for a scale comparison and deal with the limbs?
Well, I'm just saying it should be at least 4 times as tall as Optimus.
And how big is the Devastator's Toy World joint supposed to be?
I don't know. You said how big do I think a Takara was?
Yeah, roger that. Now I'm saying, how big is the Toy World Devastator supposed to be?
I don't know. Tyler.
Not that big. Not that big.
So Mike wants it to be even bigger, Tyler. What do you think about that shit?
Well,
how big is too big, Tyler?
The bigger, the better.
That rolled off your tongue way too easy, Mike. I think it has to go back to the sum of his parts, man. Like, I don't think those bots should be as big as Optimus.
Are they as big as Optimus? I thought they were just a little bit bigger than, a little shorter than him.
No, like I think they should be bigger than the MP cars, but they should.
Everything should be bigger than the MP cars. Okay, so have we seen any pics that show them standing next to Optimus? To MP10?
I know.
I think the only combined pics that, at least that I've seen, is that grayscale, like the all prototype one that was in that.
No, I'm talking individual bots.
Should be as tall as Optimus.
No, god damn it! Listen.
Man,
I'm saying. No, really, I'm saying. Have we seen any pictures of the individual limb bots in their bot mode next to MP10?
No, not that I've seen.
Nah. I thought we've seen some scale comparison pics of the individual bots. Cause see, I don't think they're gonna be much bigger than the Generation Toy bots.
Yeah, but I think where that Toy World one is going to get its height is from those added like hips and quads.
Oh, okay. I'm digging what you're saying now. So, are you in for it or are you not in for it?
I'm in.
Well, then why are you fucking complaining, Tyler? What the fuck?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, how big is too big? I think it's going to be a little bit too big.
I will tell you how big is too big. When she won't let you put it in the hole of your choice, that's when it's too big.
Whoa.
Other than that, you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as too big.
Let's not fall back into episode 7 issues, okay? Let's just chill.
Now, I think that
Hey.
I think that I don't know. I'm biased because I'm all in for that shit, and I actually like my combiners large. Like I like what Warbertron did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in for that shit, man. But I do see a lot in the fandom complaining about the size of it, and I just don't get why. Like maybe because I live in my own world. I don't know.
It's going to be a lot of weight to support on those Toy World joints.
I've heard that argument too. You don't think the engineer would oh God. Before I say this, you don't think the engineer would consider that as far as the overall weight and design for the joints they choose? And I'm saying that considering what happened with Apollyon in that fucking shoulder. No, don't ever
should and could.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say should and could are two different things, man. And even if they do, I mean, it's one thing when you map it out, you know what I mean, and you design it, and it's the second one when you actually produce the product and actually put it together. I mean, until they're ready to do that, it's all speculation. I mean, you can do as much math as you want, and it can all add up and even out, but I mean, at the end of it, until you actually have that finished product, or at least into a point where it's in a prototype stage so they can start putting the thing together, don't know, man.
Tyler, it's got real fucking treads, Tyler. It's got real working treads. Real working treads, Tyler.
I think if more designers did that,
Tyler, don't you like freedom?
I love freedom.
Don't you love America, Tyler?
Just for our listeners, and also for Tyler, if you're listening, you can actually hear Brave cleaning, disassembling, and reassembling his firearms, as well as loading clips and magazines.
I'm saying, like, don't you love America, Tyler? Is this not the greatest nation on this earth?
Without a doubt, this is the greatest nation on earth.
So why are you questioning Toy World fucking Devastator? Why are you such
to any other countries?
Why are you such a pessimist when it comes to Toy World Devastator? No, but seriously, I'm just playing.
I have plenty of faith in America. Those Toy World bots are Chinese, man. You gotta watch those communists.
Listen, no, I agree with you. Listen, this show's getting pulled. No, I wonder. Like, there are a lot of pessimistic views in the fandom concerning this fucking figure, man. Like, are we just looking for it to be fucked up?
Hit or miss. Third-party combiners are all basically hit or miss. So what is there to let anybody? When did Toy
World get a hit or miss reputation, though?
They've always had a hit or miss reputation.
Please clarify that.
Have you ever had a Hegemon?
Yes, I did. Hegemon has been Hegemon to date.
Have you ever had a
No, sir. I will finish.
We got Trace, and those are just two of the ones I've collected before.
Hegemon to date is still the best Megatron. Period. As far as engineering quality, Hegemon is still the best. The only thing that fucks up Hegemon
is not saying a whole lot.
Oh yeah.
Name one other third-party chug-scaled Megatron.
That's what I'm saying. That you just made a good point. That's true. But still, just talking about the quality of toys that Toy World puts out. I mean, where did this shit come from? Because there is a lot of speculation that they're not that good of a company or they don't put out a good product. And I never understood where the fuck did that come from, other than that fucking side load. That shit's terrible.
Because after the initial ecstatic reaction to getting a G1 looking Megatron, and really getting down into it and seeing that it still has some design flaws that long term aren't really holding up that great.
Are you talking about Hegemon again?
Yeah, the Trace figure. You're talking about Toy World, and I'm telling you where this reputation is.
Tyler, what do you think about Hegemon?
Oh,
I don't scale like that. I'm not a chugger.
No, Tyler. I didn't ask you that. No, you're not getting out of this one, Tyler. You're not playing fucking Switzerland on this one. You're not gonna do it. Damn it, me and Mike are at war, and you're getting in.
We get on the show, but he still knows what's up when it comes to Swage.
So
he's still like, oh no, man.
What do you think, Tyler? Like, what do you think?
You gonna let me finish?
No, I want to hear Tyler's opinion on fucking Hegemon before we go any further.
Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so then we got Trace, because Grind Rod was pretty solid. Aurora, not that bad, not that great. Trace, he comes out and people are getting them and they're broken inside the box. They're a total fucking pain in the ass to transform.
I will give you Trace.
So, all right. So you got, at this point, I think in Toy World's life, they have 5 total figures, and 2 of them are already kind of.
Nah, you can't say that Hegemon is because I've not seen as many complaints about. I've not seen any complaints about it. This is the first time I've ever heard a complaint about Hegemon.
Mickey.
Nah, man, bruh. I've never seen anybody complain about fucking Hegemon.
That people are complaining about with Apollyon was popping up about Hegemon before.
And what is that?
The art not holding the fuck up, and the plastic quality, which could be replaced on Apollyon with the paint quality.
I have to disagree. Anyone listening right now, when you hear this shit, please put it in the comments. I want to hear how many people have Apollyon or have a friend or a little sister that has Apollyon and has had problems with Hegemon, because I have never heard that shit.
You can't even do this shit.
That's because you're using those little fucking Mike Dick Missile fucking mind tricks and shit.
Hey, you know what? We need to get Brave in charge so he can keep all these characters straight.
Hey, man, I don't speak fucking third party, dude.
That motherfucker can't even read an instruction booklet with a figured name on it.
Listen. You chase 6 kids. You chase 6 kids around the house, fucking 3 dogs, and fucking back issues around, and you tell me how you gonna keep up? I can't even keep up with my kids' names, man. It's too many.
Speaking of with the back problems, hey, congratulations on that Swiffer commercial, bro. That was pretty sweet.
What are you talking about?
Or you didn't see that? No, they didn't tell you it aired?
No, I didn't see that. It's just not.
No.
Did I just kick off the air?
No one even knows what you're talking about.
Huh? Yeah. You didn't see it? Come on.
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't watch TV though. So what are you talking about?
You just gotta look it up. Put Swiffer black dude or something. I don't know.
Oh God, here we go with the racism. Next fucking topic. This shit is done.
I'm Googling this shit. Let's see what comes up.
This shit is fucking done. Hey Mike, what were you saying about displaying about your fucking display choices and shit? What were you saying about that? What? Who?
What? No, I was going to say I'm looking through the feed. The collection question is the one that you posted on Twitter, Mike.
Oh! If my back wasn't fucked up, I'd do the happy dance right now. Hey, there you go, Tyler. There you go. Good man. What the fuck, Mike?
What? You were talking to Tyler. What do you want me to do?
It was your topic.
What do you do? You said something about Tyler. Go ahead.
I hate both of you because you guys know I gotta edit this shit.
I tried telling you, man. I heard something about Encore and then something about Twitter, and then I heard Tyler. So
we have a Twitter rise-in for a discussion here. From,
we're moving up.
Mr. Valiant. All right, so it says, maybe look at a way of keeping your collection fresh, like display options or ways to declutter your shelves. So how do you guys collect? How do you guys keep your shelves fresh?
Sell everything.
Wait, what? This guy. As far as, well, you know what? I was, as far as like displaying and shit. Hey, remember? I think it was last night, Tyler. I put in the thread. Mike, I don't know if you saw it or not in the Shards thread. And I was like, does anybody put? Do you guys have Detox? You guys do Detox? Or you guys do not do detox? No. What about you, Mike?
I have I have retailed like a jewelry case, and then just random shelving type systems in my office.
Do you have
the only thing I have is like a big ass jewelry case though.
Do either of you have shelves or cases? Obviously, with a display space at the floor level though, or right above floor level.
My jewelry case is kind of like that, but it's probably a good 1.5 feet before it actually starts the display itself.
Okay, so that still works.
Never put anything on the ground though.
That still works. I was going to say. So, like, do you take issue with putting figures on the bottom shelf of whatever you're displaying on? If that shelf is close to the floor, do you feel cool or comfortable with putting figures on that bottom shelf? Because I can't seem to do it.
I couldn't. Nope. Especially because I'm tall. So you know what I'm saying. Like, if I were to get a Detox that's, they're what 60 inches tall, 72 inches tall?
Yeah, something like that.
You know, the first 3 feet from the ground up are fucking useless to me because I can't even see the shit anyway. So I definitely wouldn't be putting anything with boxes, shit like that towards the bottom.
What about you, Tyler?
No, like I'm looking at my collection right now, and I have 6 foot tall bookshelves, and and I got stuff from standing on the very tops of the bookshelves all the way. And I do have some stuff on the floor level. Like the first shelf is like probably 2 inches off the ground. So I have some stuff down there, but it's characters that I'm not that infatuated with.
That's the wasted money shelf.
That's what I was getting to. That's exactly what I was getting to. Is that bottom shelf the shelf for your bottom bitches? You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, but I'm looking at one shelf, right, and I got mini bots. Like, I got the Bad Cube, like Huffer, the Warpath. Like, those are down there. I got a couple of Toys R Us Seekers, the Sunstorm, the Acid Storm.
In other words, the bottom bitches.
It's just kind of, it's the stuff that I'm really kind of, I don't want to say over, but it's not like the stuff that I like looking at.
The bottom bitches.
It's not the stuff I'm picking up every day.
The bottom bitches. Do you know anything about like the pimp game, like the pimp life?
No, Brave. Why don't you go ahead and educate us on the pimp game?
No, I'm just saying, like I'm just saying that's like that bottom shelf, right? It seems to be if you could even put something on it, because I just can't seem to do it myself. It seems like the figures you don't really care about seem to be the ones that go down there, and I was wondering if that's like universal or not. Apparently so.
Yeah, it probably is. That's why I'm looking into getting taller horizontal style displays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of the stuff I'm getting into, especially with G1, is, I'm not trying to collect all of it. I want to get, the big shit. So I got, like E-Hobby Guardian, and I still need an Omega Supreme. I want the bigger ones. And so, like, if I end up with mini bots, it's not going to be because I want to have all the mini bots. And if I had a vertical system, they would basically have to be on the bottom, because if I put, an Omega Supreme on a bookcase in robot mode, it's going to take up most of the shelf. So it'd be kind of pointless to have the little mini bots there, and I could barely see them. But with a horizontal display, I can put one in base mode. So if I say I have Omega and a Guardian, I could put one in base mode with the tank and have some shit going around it, maybe get some little risers and blah, blah, blah. But that way everything is basically, leveled with itself, because it's, I guess if you were to look at it, metaphorically, everything would be on par with each other. Everyone would be a peer, regardless of, E-Hobby Guardian is way fucking more badass than a fucking, Pipes figure. But as far as in the collection, each piece is going to be important, and I'd like them all to be as similarly placed as I can make them. Like, I don't want to just put, one shelf of these guys, one shelf of these guys. Like, I want everything to be able to intertwine with itself and become one scene. Or
yeah, I like that. I like the concept of that. Like, it's not just like a bunch of guys just standing around or some shit.
Right, like it's not just a role or a roster call. I want it to actually be depicting something.
What do you think, Tyler? What do you do for yours?
Well, I'm within these bookshelves I got. They're probably 2 feet wide, and I would say like most of them, like kind of like what Mike said, like the bigger bots, like my combiners I got on the top, and like the stuff that I kind of appreciate are more on the top. And it's funny, man, when you said your mini bots are on the bottom, because almost all my mini bots are on my bottom shelf.
Yeah, all the bottom bitches.
So, and it's, I'm trying to, I guess you could call it storytelling. Like, I mean, I got all 3 of my Seekers on one shelf. I got Soundwave and Sound Blaster on a shelf with all the other minis. Twin Cast and Sound and Blaster, kind of the same thing with all their mini cassettes. So, I mean, and I try to space them out. Like, I hate the shelf clutter where you have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bots and they're all smashed together and you can't see them and you really can't appreciate them. Like, I like to space them out and kind of give them some room to breathe so you're able to see more around the figure. I think it just kind of helps you appreciate them more for what they are than, but I think you said it, like a roll call when they're shoulder to shoulder and smashed from the tallest in the back to the smallest in the front.
Yeah, because your shit kind of gets lost like that. I was trying to think of a way though, because like all of my bottom shelves are empty, and I was like, but I need that. I need to use that space, and I was thinking like I used to do like dioramas and stuff, and I was thinking about maybe just doing like diorama scenes for the bottom shelves, just to make it more interesting for the figures that I put on that shelf. Because I feel like if I put figures on the bottom shelf, I don't want to put anything good down there because I'm not really looking down there. I'm not going down there. They're not getting any attention, and I would just hate. But I hate to waste it. I hate wasting space. Like even when I pack shit, I like to use.
Are you actually going to put in the effort to build a diorama for your throwaway shit?
Well, no. What I'm saying is, if I did dioramas for the bottom shelves, like I used to do dioramas like for my shelves. Period.
But that would be like the joint right there. Like that would be the go-to spot for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was exactly. I used to, when I was collecting Marvel Legends really heavy, I would do dioramas and then put them on the shelf on my shelves and put the figures on that because I didn't like them I didn't like just the idea of my figures just sitting on the shelf like you said like you said Mike, the roll call shit, right? So I would do dioramas and put them in there and put them on the shelf and shit. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do that for those bottom shelves just to make it more interesting because the bottom shelf is like there's no love down there. They're forget. That's the place of forgotten toys.
If you put in all the work to build a diorama, we all know that you're going to put that thing at eye level so you can look at it every day.
No, but really that's the whole point. I would put it down there to make people look. Like I'm thinking, like for instance, one of them I would do like a rooftop scene and do like I got like my favorite characters, my Spider-Man figures, right? So I would do like a rooftop scene and put like Spider-Man and all the little Spider-Man villains on that bullshit right there in that diorama on that bottom shelf, and it would make people look down at it because what's the realness? You don't want to put anything on the bottom shelf because nobody's going to see it because nobody wants to look fucking down there. So if you put something there for people to look at, then they'll look down there, or at least me, whoever owns the fucking shit. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
He was going so good, and then the anger came back out.
Are you calling me the angry black man, Mike? Are you calling me the angry black man? Are you calling me the angry black man, brother?
Come on now, brother.
I think he's upset he's not getting royalties off this Swiffer commercial.
What is this Swiffer shit you guys keep talking
look
about?
Look at the group, man. I even posted the picture.
I'm looking now. And what am I supposed to be seeing?
There's a picture with your fucking name on it. That's what.
Is the guy? No, I'm saying I'm looking at the picture. I see a black guy on the couch with his kid.
Yeah, that's the commercial I'm referencing. So you have to find the commercial with that guy in it.
Okay, but what's the point though? What's going on? What are they doing? Why is everybody looking at the fucking fan?
Oh my god.
Watch the commercial.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna watch this fucking commercial. Just tell me. I don't mind spoilers, dude. Just tell me.
I don't know if I've ever said this and not meant it in a perverted way, but you make this so hard.
Ah, yeah, baby. I knew I was getting to you, Mike. Dick missiles indeed, sir.
No, these are dick duds with this one. Womp, womp.
So what do you need hashtag? What do you need hashtag to go all in on it?
Well, this is a question I posed because I know a lot of people, they don't want to get into vintage because it's nothing like what's out now. The articulation is totally lacking. his posability and yada yada yada. And so I'm just wondering if there's a way, if there was something about Encore, like they could re-release G1 molds but add something. What would make, if you're a person that won't get into vintage now, what could they do that would make you be like, all right, I'm buying that shit? Because to me, I'm like, I think there's got to be a way they can add some articulation somewhere. Because especially when I got this Guardian, the shoulder joints are pretty unique as far as a lot of everything else I've been getting in, because they actually have they rotate out. So like, if he's a tank, they're kind of like where his chest would be, but they don't just flip out to the side. Like you don't just pull them at a 45-degree angle in the joint.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have to turn them a small bit as far as like from shoulder to hand. You're actually turning that and then pushing the shoulder itself, and it kind of slings itself into place. And I'm like, man, that's pretty unique for that old of a toy. You know what I mean? Like that's almost like a dangerous wear and tear spot. But it shows that they actually kind of knew how to get some more articulation out of certain things, because then, they have multiple joints in those arms so that you can bend the arm a certain way. And I'm like, what if they made these, and then, there's Crazy Debbie add-ons, right? Gives them bigger legs, bigger arm, shit like that. I'm like, what if they could make these G1 molds, but actually give them articulation? They could retool like shoulders and knees, for example. And you could actually get it. What if you could get like a G1 mold with articulation like you can out of Masterpiece? That's basically what I'm getting at. Like, I would shit my pants, basically.
What do you think, Tyler?
Even if they upscale them just to make the tooling fit, I mean, that would be fucking amazing.
Tyler?
I don't think that's enough for me to get back into it. It sounds cool, like it sounds great. And then just my clarification: do the shoulders on the Guardian do they transform the same way as the Omega? Is it like a straight just repaint? I don't have it. That's why I'm asking.
As far as I know, it's exactly the same mold.
Okay.
It's just
all right.
Different paint.
Yeah. So I mean, like Omega did have kind of that unique kind of transformation, but I mean that might go back to, wasn't he one of the original? What was that company? Toy Box? Is that who it was that came up with like the Omega and the other ones?
It was like the Omega mold has actually been used by a number of companies before Transformers. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. There was a black and red one that was probably 2 or 3, maybe 4 companies or something. But so if that doesn't work for you, what's something they could do to get you into like an Encore style line? And the show's over.
No, I mean, I'm thinking we had the update with Chug, and I mean, I think we all went through our Chug phases, and we can appreciate it for what it is. But I think if we go back to the G1, like I like my G1, and I think that's kind of the nostalgia thing, at least for me as a collector. Like that's kind of what takes me back to my childhood. I almost don't want them to mess with those molds, because like I think it would take away from that kind of charm or that unique kind of simplistic type of transformation. I think I don't even know if I'd want to mess with those molds. I think if anything, it would be if they were going to do something, like they would need to pick a line, do it in its entirety, not pick and choose, not give me 2 or 3 headmasters and not do all of them, or give me 2 or 3 tapes and not do all of them. I think they could do a better job of like picking a group or a line and redoing all of them and making them as close to the G1 as they could. Like you want to bring me back? Put out some G1 Dinobots, legit G1 Dinobots.
Those are supposedly on the way, aren't they?
Man, I've been hearing that rumor forever. But I mean,
somebody found a Toys R Us scan last year, I thought, that showed release sometime this year of some sort of Grimlock, and I think it was a 2-pack or something. I don't know. It was a while ago. I thought I saw that.
Well, hopefully it wasn't that Evolution 2-pack they had. with
no,
Grimlock. That thing is terrible.
Yeah, they picked some bad ones in that.
Actually, I thought that was the one that got, like, it was the 5-pack Platinum Dinobots or whatever, and they thought it was the G1, and it ended up being those, like, repainted, like the Takara Dinobots.
The article I remember seeing was way after the movie. It wasn't. It wasn't within any time frame that made sense for that. Just like, like I said, now they have the scans for a Junkion 3-pack, which, if that ends up being AOE molds, we'll know never to trust them again. But I don't know. Like, I think they're going to do something with that, though, because you got to figure we got Blaster, Perceptor, the Seekers, Trypticon, and then the 2-pack with the wacky colors. So, I wouldn't put them past them to just make Redgar in 3 different fucked up colors. Even though I'm hoping that they'll at least make something different about each one.
The other thing I think they could do if they wanted to jump in, but this would be more like collector's market. I don't think this is more like widespread on the shelf. But if they get into some of the Japanese stuff, bringing back like an Overlord or a Deathsaurus, I think that would kind of get the collectors to jump and bite. That way you're not forking out $1,000 for a G1.
Fuck yeah.
What about you, Mickey?
I'm tired of people talking about how they got an Overlord for X amount of dollars that's barely half of typical market value. I'm like, oh, really? That's cool. Don't you have a fire to jump in or something? That's awesome.
I don't want any of that shit, to be honest with you. If they re-release their G1 modes, whatever, I would get it like as a cool little novelty or something like that. But I'm not really interested in any of that shit as far as actually like hardcore going in on it. If they did, you know how they do the reissues, and then on the cover of the reissue box or whatever, that whatever character, let's say the Jazz, because the Jazz is one of the ones I thought was most impressive. The character just looks all chunky and dope, and it looks really dynamic, and then you open it up and it's just a G1 Jazz toy. If they could make the figure and this would really just be in Masterpiece, the Masterpiece line stepping it up. But if they could make the fucking figure on the inside of that G1 reissue match the fucking artwork on the outside of it, I would be all in for that. So I'm not really one of those guys that's really like trying to dig up the G1 shit or
note to self: never talk about G1 again on the show.
No, I'm being honest. Like I like it's kind of like what Tom was saying.
Point of the
well, but you want my opinion? I'm being honest. Like that shit really. Like, when I think about the G1 shit, it's like it's my childhood. So in the way I saw those figures when I was a kid, they were like they were bigger than life. But as an adult, when I look at them and I hold them, it's like, it's cool. You can chase them down. It's like, it's cool. Then you put on the show because all of this shit that we chase down is kind of like once you get it, the fucking the thrill is gone. Now you got to find the next hunt, right? And for me, it's all about the hunt. So when I find some G1 shit and I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool, all right, I put it on the shelf and I'm done. So if you take a lot of those G1 molds and you really look at those figures, like look at the Stunticons, right? Motor Master and whoever else. I don't see how you can add articulation to that and make it any better because they're really small, they're really blocky. In most cases, the proportion of limbs were really just off because they didn't give a fuck. They were making some shit and we were all blown away by it any fucking way. So it's not like you had full length arms, full length legs, full length torsos to add an ab crunch or add a bicep swivel and all kinds of shit like that. So the only way I can really see them doing that is to make it or to do it in their Masterpiece line and make that fucking line of figures look as impressive as the artwork on the cover. Because I really hate that fucking G1 reissue shit where on the cover it looks fucking phenomenal. Then you open it up and it's just a regular little block toy. So, yeah. Hate to piss in the old cornflakes, but
Okay, so let me put this out there. What would you want to see from the Masterpiece line this year? Since you brought it up, Mickey.
More Decepticons.
Specifically, like who?
Okay, so we're getting Soundwave. I've always wanted. I still want. I don't care how many Devastators they make. I would love to see a Takara, an official Takara Devastator, not a fucking a repaint of that bullshit generation shit, but a masterpiece Devastator. And I would love to see Takara do any of the combiners. To be honest with you, any one of them. I don't give a fuck if it's the aerial bots or whoever. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I would love to see if you want to just do repaints of old molds. I would love to see them expand on the Seekers more, and definitely I would love to see some cone heads. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I would love to see some. I would love to see some of the storm of the different like Seekers that we've seen.
Maybe.
Hey, even better. I'll go with you on that. I want to see more from the Masterpiece line, but I want to see it come with the quality that we saw in MP10. You see what I'm saying? I want to see that come from the Masterpiece line.
Okay.
I
was going to say, if you want more Seekers, I don't know what the fuck you're after.
No, I would
like 30.
No, I would be happy. I would be happy to see them do a new mode. I would be happy to see them do the cone heads, but do them well, not just fucking retool that already used ass mode. All these different third party companies are putting so much imagination, whether they make it or whether they fail. They're putting so much imagination into producing these figures, right? And collectors are always whining and crying, "Oh, this garbage, this doesn't look good," whatever the fuck, right? But they're doing something. They're putting something out there. They're expanding the universe of toys, of characters to the physical toy. I don't understand why Takara is not doing that more efficiently when they have the ability to do it better than everyone else. And I don't want to change the topic over. But I don't get that, and when we know they can do it, so that's what I would want to make me get all in on some fucking hashtag or whatever the fuck. I would love to see them fucking just blow, because they have the means. The fucking Masterpiece line is their means to blow out some fucking really good shit and bring us and draw us into the whole Transformer collecting deal and draw us deeper into it. So why not do that? Yeah, that's just how I feel.
What about you, Mike?
I agree.
What the fuck?
Really?
What the fuck? Mike agreed with me? Stop the show. We need to go no further.
Well, I agree because I already answered this whole segment first, and then you guys followed. So you might have forgotten about that part.
we're twisting it to Masterpiece. What do you want to see from Masterpiece?
I want to see. All right, you know what I want to see?
Unicron?
I don't want to see a single fucking Autobot after Rodimus. I want to see everything bigger. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. I'd like to see a. It's just there's got to be Decepticons thrown in there. I mean, there's not really that many more to go, but I want to see their take on an Astro Train.
Yeah.
I want to see something like that where they could go toys. They could go true with the toy size and be dicks about it and make him the size of Sideswipe, or they could make him fucking gigantic just to throw everybody a curveball. I mean, how fucking crazy would that shit be? An Astro Train that's as big as MP10 in alt mode. The cab and trailer combined is an Astro Train. Tell me you wouldn't fucking shit your pants if you saw that shit.
Every collector would be fucking on fucking Facebook right now, fucking keyboard rangering that shit, putting that shit out, man.
I mean, and I'd like to see them do a Perceptor, and obviously we're getting Shockwave, so I'm pretty fucking geeked about that. But I would also like, I don't know. I guess if they were going to do an Autobot, we got to see. I know you guys will probably say Cliff Jumper, but I'm going to go with Trailbreaker. I want to see a Trailbreaker.
Yeah, I was just thinking that when we brought this up last show. Trailbreaker. Give him some love. Give him some love, Trailbreaker. There are a lot of Autobots they could do, but how about this? I'm just going to throw this out there and see what you guys think. All right, when you look at your, like the way I have myself displayed, with not considering the fact that I kind of mash everything together, no matter what the scale is, so I can make a scene, right? Not even considering that. When I have my Autobots on one side and they're facing off against my Decepticons, it is so fucking one side. Like, all of my Decepticons are fucking huge. And I know the Decepticons traditionally have been bigger than the Autobots, but the fucking cars look like little kids, right? So what if they did some Autobots and they don't gotta redo the cars. I mean, I would like them to. They don't have to redo the cars. What if they produce some more Autobots that kind of scale a little bit better with the Decepticons they have and are putting out? You see what I'm saying? Because it's like besides Masterpiece, Ultra Magnus, and MP10, everybody else is kids. You got a bunch of fucking toddlers facing off against adults. Scale wise.
Yeah, but who? But that's kind of the issue though. When you go back to G1, is who scales good with those guys? Well, who are you going to put head to head against the Lambor?
Well, but here's the deal. Like, first of all, with the G1 cartoon, we've had this discussion many a times. Talking scale with a G1 cartoon is just pointless. Like, that shit makes no sense because depending on what day of the week it was, or what hour of the day, or which animator was working, you could have any scale of anything.
You can still work this question because are you saying they should make a reflector where the bots are as big as an MP car, or who do you have in mind?
Okay, so let's look at I
personally, like right now, I just can't think of anyone other than combiner limbs.
Well, no, let's look at cats like we talked about Trailbreaker. Let's look at Hot Spot. The fire engines. There are a few Autobots, and god damn, if Takara was to do a fucking Jetfire, that would be insane. But there are a number of Autobots that they could put out that would, and I think they might be doing that with like the Ironhide and the Ratchet, even though they look like shit. There are a number of Autobots they could put out that would match up better on your shelf against your Masterpiece Decepticons, because those jets are just so much larger than the cars, and the cars make up the body of your Masterpiece collection as far as Autobots go. It doesn't look right. You look like you got some chugs on the shelf with some masterpieces.
Well, that's what happens when you make them chug sized.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying exactly. They need to inflate the size. They need to inflate the size of the Autobots that they're producing. Like. So and as you see it with kind of like with Trax, who also sucks, but he's a little bit bigger. What about
part of that though that you have to remember though is that the part of the thing about being a villain is the menacing and intimidation factor. So if you're always the same size or smaller, that kind of takes away from that whole grand appearance of being the big bad.
No, but they don't have to be. They don't have to be the same.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Well, no, but let me address that. They don't have to be. I'm not saying let's even take Lambor. Let's take Lambor, right? I'm not asking that my Lambor stand fucking head to head, eye to eye with my Starscream. I'm not asking that, right? What I am saying though is that my fucking Lambor shouldn't look like when you stand him up against a Starscream, like he's about to give Starscream a blowjob, in a standing position. That should not be, because what's the argument that every fucking Transformer collector makes, every official Transformer collector makes about fucking scale and what is a masterpiece and all of this shit? They say it's the best representation of the character mixed between what the G1 toy and the motherfucking G1 cartoon, right? Okay, based off the cartoon, the fucking Autobot cars we have now, they're out of scale with the fucking the Decepticons we have now. They're totally out of scale, and that I think that goes down to Takara really just doing repaints of the Decepticons, because we haven't really gotten any new Decepticons besides Soundwave and the Shockwave we got coming. Everything else has been repaints of jets.
See, I'm all right with it. To Mike's point, I like the Decepticons being bigger and more threatening.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm saying the Autobots are still too small.
Okay, well, if you take an F-16 or an F-15, whatever these Raptors are based on, they're much bigger than what a Lamborghini is.
I was waiting for you to say that,
I think they should be bigger.
I was waiting for you to say that, Tyler, because you take that.
You were setting me up for it.
I was, Tyler. I was, because that argument still doesn't work, because if you want to say that, okay, an F-16 should be bigger than a Lamborghini, it's true. But the F-16 that we have in the form of our MP Seeker, that Altmo would then be much larger than it is now. You see what I'm saying? It's still not. That means that either that MP car is not small enough, or that MP jet is not large enough. Working on that logic.
Or they compromised on making it too large, and you got to settle with relatively large.
Mass shifting. That's all I have to say. I'll leave it there. Mass shifting.
We need some. So you guys don't think we need any Autobots that are a little bit large? I mean,
well, no.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm getting Ratchet and Ironhide already, and a fucking Rodimus. So there's 3, and we got 1 Decepticon coming.
How big is that hot rod going to be though? Do we know?
Track size.
He's going to be as big as the
size.
shit that fell out of the ass that made it.
I don't know.
Well,
man.
I don't know if we need to revisit size yet. Let's just round out the collection. Like, there's some gaping holes, man.
Did you say browned out?
Round out.
Racism, brother,
Right?
brother.
Way to
Brother.
go, Squiggles.
Like, can we just get out? Like, there's some gaping holes in the collection.
I agree
like,
with you,
where's
Tyler.
Jazz? Like, come on. And I know we talked about this, but like, when I think of at least the ones that I had growing up, like the one that is glaringly missing is Jazz.
And why do you think that is, Tyler?
Dude, we're not doing this again.
What's wrong, brother? You know, come round. What's wrong?
Nope. Nope. All right,
we will get you, Tyler. We will get you. No, I agree with you. I don't understand. I don't give a shit about that whole Porsche talk. I don't see how we don't have a Jazz yet. Even from third party. We're just now getting a fucking Jazz from third party and it's not looking good.
Which Jazz are you talking about? The Warbitron one or the other one?
The fucking rollout, because the Warbitron one is IDW based, and I'm down for anything IDW based. You know what I'm saying? Like we need, to, in my opinion, we can expand on IDW all day toy wise. I love what they're doing at IDW because it gives us a window into the Transformer universe past the cartoons that we're not getting. So, because every cartoon we get is some new rendition of, not even a new rendition, it's just some other shit. So yeah, I love IDW. I can take on as much IDW based stuff as possible. So
I just want to see triple changers and combiners from Takara. I don't care which one.
Oh, that would fucking be nice.
Let's just start down that road. I don't care which one you start with. Let's just start down that road already.
Okay, so fine. Let's throw this out here and then let's wrap them up. What character do you want to see from Takara? Name a name.
Are we doing combiners first, or are we doing triple changes first?
Let's go triple changer. Let's go combiner.
Blitzwing.
Oh yeah, I would love a Blitzwing. You took mine, motherfucker. What about combiner?
Mike, I already know what you were thinking. Stop it.
Not a word.
Tyler, what combiner? Let's get it out there.
Menasor.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like the sound of that. Rolls off your tongue nicely. Go ahead, Mike. What you got?
Combiner. Man, I'm gonna go. Fuck. I don't know. See, this is the problem, man. Third party has me burned out on combiner shit.
No, we got to do it.
You know what I'm saying? So
gotta
I
do
want combiners. I'd have to say Devastator.
Devastator?
Hands down. Like, you can't even fuck with anything until you fuck with Devastator. But also at the same time, I'm kind of scared because I don't want him to do that one first and him be the most fucked up one that they make.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd go with Superion for the combiner.
Cool.
And, man.
Triple changer?
Why is it got to be a triple changer?
Because it's
difficult.
difficult.
I'll go with, I want to see Magnificus. That's what I want to see.
Okay. All right.
Fuck Perceptor. I want to straight up see the black E-Hobby painted color scheme Diaclone come out before the fucking regular one. In true official fashion. Give me the
I can see him doing that though.
Give me the repaint right now. Just because black and chrome on a masterpiece is just so beautiful.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be dope. That would be real dope. I'm gonna go with as far as triple changes go, I'm gonna go with Sandstorm or can I do an or, Tyler? Can I do an or?
Sure, why not?
Hey, I gotta pass. So I'm gonna say either Sandstorm or Springer. But I don't want to see them do both from the same fucking mold though. Like you either do a Sandstorm or you do a fucking Springer, all right? And let them have their differences and shit. I think I would prefer the Sandstorm though. No, I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna go with the Springer because we got a Sandstorm coming from third party anyway. So And as far as the combiner goes, Mike, you said Defensor, right?
I said Superion.
Superion? I'm gonna go with Defensor then, because that would be nice, because that TFC one is shit. That would be nice.
Can I change my answer, boss?
Tyler, can you change your answer, boss?
No. You made your bed already, sleeping it.
Mr. Squiggles, I request formally, may I please change my answer?
I'm interested. What you gonna change it to? What you got?
I want to say, I'll say Computron.
Oh, yeah, because Warbotron did not scratch that itch.
And you want to know why?
Why?
Because imagine the G1 was a scatter shot. The dick launcher on that guy, imagine that at masterpiece scale.
Serious dick missiles coming out of that thing.
You would be impregnating shit from across the fucking highway.
Hey, I'm gonna throw one more thing out at you guys before we get out of here.
You're fired.
Because since we're talking about Computron and we're talking about Warbotron, what was the biggest fail on Warbotron to you guys? Warbotron's Computron.
Everything.
I mean, well, first that's considering that's assuming that you both think that Computron was a fail. Are we in agreement on that?
I think people are putting too much hate on him.
Okay, Tyler, let's start with you then. Why do you think that?
I just think too many people are hating on him. Like
you don't think it's warranted?
No, but I think it's one of those things where
do you support terrorism?
So everybody's jumping in on it and hating on it.
I think he kind of earned that shit, man. In my opinion, I don't know.
How?
So, well,
okay, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Let's start with individual bots. The individual bots were really lackluster, and they started off really strong. They started off really good and really built fucking. Got you. They really built some intense anticipation, but they did not finish it. They didn't climax, man.
Okay, so hang on. How often are you going to have them in their individual forms?
I was so hoping you would ask that question. I typically display my my combiner teams individually. Like, for instance, my Warbotron Bruticus, they're all in vehicle mode. They've been in vehicle mode in my display for like a while, for like almost since I completed them. I built the team. I liked it. I took it apart and I put them in their bot modes for like a couple of weeks, and then I put them back into vehicle mode. And they've been in vehicle mode since maybe a month to 2 months after they were their final release of Onslaught. So, like, for me, I like it when a combiner is good enough to display in either alt mode, or bot mode, or combiner mode. I just did my my Feral Rex, and it's in combiner mode only because I've been too lazy to take it out and break it back down to the individual bots. I actually take advantage of that shit. So when we talking Computron, the posability is terrible. I just put fucking laser in the fucking Detox with the rest of those guys, and I've not combined that. I have no desire to combine them because it looks like a hot mess.
See, I think that's where it pays off. I think it pays off in combined mode.
Well, typically it does. I'm just speaking for myself.
I get that, but I mean, like, I see your point when it comes to limited posability in their individual parts. But I think where this one pays off especially is in the combined mode.
See, I have a problem with the combined mode, though, from what I've seen of it.
What part?
I don't like... I look at it and I'm like, first of all, I don't like the way the chest looks. It needed more on it. It's like with those huge-ass shoulders, the chest of the combined mode, it gets lost. The head, the fucking chest is totally lost within those shoulders. I don't like that. I don't like the way the feet go to the... And this is kind of an unfair criticism of it, because I think the feet were designed to look closer to the G1 aesthetic of the character, right? But the way the feet are there, you had a skinny little peg in there, and then you have that big bulky ass I guess what would be the shin of the robot or whatever. I don't like the way that looks. You know, I don't like the weapon that because I think that Make Toys pulled it off perfectly. As small as it is, I think they pulled it off perfectly, especially with the fucking bow and arrow deal. You know, and I
hate that shit.
I thought it was fucking awesome. I take issue with Warbitron because I feel like that little weapon they gave him is like the little melee weapon or whatever the fuck. I feel like it's kind of like just a throw-in. Like, here's some shit. Shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
okay. So let me put it to you this way. Okay. Have you seen the unofficial transformations?
No.
Okay.
No,
so when you have a moment, go look at my Instagram. I posted a picture yesterday, and it kind of fixes those issues like you're talking about, because it has the throwaway weapon you were talking about. You can hook that into his back, and it gives him more of that G1 look, kind of almost like if you're saying your Make Toys one, like it puts that missile behind his back.
Okay.
So it kind of gives it a little more symmetry between the two shoulders and that. And then, like, you can take off nose cones, kind of like the knives off the sides of his legs. So then it kind of makes it match the light speed better. So they're more symmetrical, and you can actually clip those into his thighs to kind of beef out his thigh.
I'll take a look at it. And so what I'll do is I'll keep an open mind. I'll remain objective, and I'll take a look at it, and I'll let you know next show what I think about it. Don't get your hopes up high, though.
You're a hater.
Nah, I mean, hey, man, no one was more excited about this fucking combiner than me. Well, I'm pretty sure someone was somewhere, but... And, man, as it rolled out, I was like, oh, God. Because even when Nose Cone came out, I liked him. I was like, even with the fucking lack of the bicep swivel and shit, I was like, man, he looks really good. He's got the fucking dry brush on it. He looks really good. And then I got, what was the one that came after Nose Cone? The fucking...
Lightspeed.
Yeah.
The car.
That fucking car screwed the pooch from. He ruined everything. He ruined the party. He's
definitely the weakest of the five.
Yeah. He ruined the party, dude. And then when I get the fucking... Now, in all fairness, I haven't gotten the what's the fucking... The jet, the other arm, the last one to come out?
Strafe.
Yeah, I haven't gotten Strafe, but I just haven't been motivated to get them, bruh. Because the rest of them is like, fucking lasers, like,
All right, so you got homework. Hit up your plug, Brandon. Get him to send you a Strafe. Put it together. It's probably the tightest fitting combiner that I have.
Oh, they don't have Warbitron doesn't have a problem fitting tightly. They do that well.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, you pick him up and it's like a small child. Like, it doesn't flop. Like, it holds together well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think once you get him put together, I think your opinion will shift slightly.
Okay. Well, you know what? Keeping with the theory of freedom and justice. I'm going to do that. I'll do that, and we'll see. And I'll let you know next show what I think about it.
Okay.
However, if I spend his money on fucking Strafe and he's garbage time, if I spend that money, nah, I'm just playing with you, man. Hey, anything you want to throw out there before we get out of here, bro? Because Mike's already clocked out. Like, he's like, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Oh, okay.
Dick missiles, he's going.
No, he abandoned it.
Yeah, he's up to wrong. He's a hater of freedom. So he's going.
Nah, I'm good.
All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up and get out of here, man. Hey, thanks for coming on tonight, Tyler, as always. Thanks to Mike for leaving early. That's some fucked off shit. Hey, until next time. Hey, show's over. Out.